Welcome back to another video, guys. If you're new here, my name is Travis. That is my dad. His name is Rick. And today we're picking up a 1993 Dodge D350 Cummins turbo diesel. We don't know much about the drivetrain or the history of this old truck, but we know it's kind of been beat up and neglected and left to rot. So we're picking it up for what we thought was a good price. I'm just walking around it real quick while we're loading it up. I don't have much time. I'll show you a little more later, but we're missing a tailgate. There's a bunch of stuff in the back. There's what looks to be some kind of oil canister there, and I know there's doors on it now, but there's not about to be doors on it because the gentleman we're buying it from wants to keep the doors. That was part of the deal. But it does have a lot of really good parts on it, like the visor and those cab lights. I really like those cab lights. I don't see them often in their factory because it's got the Chrysler emblems on the lenses I saw. So here's a first look at the 12 valve underneath the hood, and I don't know what all this copper is. I don't know what all this tubing is. I don't know what this canister is. There's like an air hose chuck on the end of it. I'm very confused as to what I'm looking at. It's hooked into the heater hose, so I mean, I'm at a loss right now. But we're working around these little chickadoos. We just about have it loaded up, chained down, and we're going to be heading back to our part of town soon to get this thing straightened out or figure out a solution or get down to the bottom of this first gen. So now that we've finally got it, you know, where it's going to be sitting, I just want to show you guys a few things here.
Maybe you should have them guess what this mess is.
Yeah, I'd like to hear it in the comments before, you know, I say anything. What do you guys think this is? So we got, I mean, this is so jury rigged, I don't even know. So we got the water line, you know, coming up for the heater, but it goes into this copper tubing, and then it comes out over there. And then we have this line coming off of this tube, going to here. We got it going to, that's the fuel line. So this is going to the fuel line, okay? So this is some sort of filter slash, there's an air hook up here, but it's like a filter. Look at that. That is just crazy. We got some kind of faucet on off thing going on here. This line coming down here, going up to here, going down into the abyss down there. I don't even know where that goes. I don't know what this is. This is just crazy. We're gonna take all this off. We're not using any of this. We're gonna make it run on just normal diesel fuel, but if you look down here where the lift pump is, they broke the lift pump off and just used it as a delete plate. There's too much going on here. Either way, it's a 93 12 valve Cummins with the automatic A518. It's got a factory visor, which I love. It has the original cab lights, which I also think are really cool. It has the captain's chairs, bucket seats, whatever you want to call them, but it doesn't have the center console that would usually go here. That's missing. Somebody was using this as a bed or something. They were sleeping. This was some kind of hotshot truck, you know, for sure. Look at all these switches they had in here. All these on, off. I don't know what in the heck all that was for. I mean, there's so much going on here. I don't know what they were doing. We have some kind of pressure gauge hooked up. We got more switches and a motherboard. This looks like some kind of homemade motherboard. I mean, there was some sort of redneck engineering going on here. This is crazy. I would have liked to seen who did all this and what this was all for. We got a custom gas pedal up there. What else we got? We got more switches over here that I don't know what any of it does. The good thing is the dash isn't cracked. The dash is in good shape. The gauge bezel is in good shape. All the controls are there, minus a radio, and those are always gone or replaced with an aftermarket. Got the glove box, got all the heating and HVAC stuff underneath there. The carpet's all complete. Got some visors, oh that's cool. He wanted the doors, so we had to take the doors off, because he was really adamant about keeping the doors, which we kind of wanted the doors with the truck because they were complete with the door panels and electric windows. All that stuff was there, but he wanted those doors. It's a dually. We're missing one of the fiberglass fenders on this side. Those are always in bad shape or off. No tailgate. Bumper's been smashed. Bed's been smashed. We got our fiberglass fender over here, but you know, it looks like somebody had done some previous work to it, you know, some patchwork right here that was not done very well at all. We don't have all 6 of the dualies. We're missing 2 of them on the back, but I don't care. We don't care. We love these trucks. We love these 12 valves. They have our hearts. So we had to buy it when we found it. You understand? It's got a lot of good bones and a lot of good parts. It has a good grill. I mean, they always crack right here with the hood shutting. This one's starting to do it already. They always crack right here. I do not know why, but we're gonna see if this old girl runs. We're gonna see if it drives.
Yes, just on this pipe, you got to get that 7/16, isn't it?
Yeah. We're trying to replace the fuel filter right now because we're pretty much 100% positive they were trying to run this truck on vegetable oil, fry oil, whatever they were doing. Only God knows what's in that filter. So we're gonna put a new filter on it. And they turned the fuel line up right here. So this was actually pointed down towards the lift pump, but since the lift pumps broke off and they were doing whatever else they were doing, they took it off, pointed it up. So that's our feed line right there. We're gonna hook our fuel to that, and I got an electric pump.
7/16. I'm just going to unhook that and pull it out of the way so I can get to that fuel filter a little easier. Seems like no matter how I do it, it's hitting against that, I think. There we go. There, yeah.
Good. Is that water sensor below it, or is it on?
No, it's on there. Come on. What the? Oh, figures.
You pulled the whole stem out.
Well, it wasn't my fault.
Is it full of that fry oil?
Yeah. Nasty. Where's our fuel filter? Need to fill it up.
All right, so we filled up the filter with diesel. Typically I fill it up with tranny fluid, but I mean, since we don't know what we're working with here, with all this other gook, we just put diesel in it. All right. We're not trying to get fancy right now.
You able to get it on there?
Yeah, but I threaded it on there right, but it's just, I'm feeling like it's having a hard time here. The O-ring is still on there. I forgot to get it off.
Oh, the second one?
The O-ring from the previous filter. Hold the filter.
Not good. Why would you put 2 on there?
I don't know.
I thought I seen you pulling it off.
I don't know what I'm doing.
It's something flat.
Oh yeah. So we got to get something flat, like a piece of wood or something, because, you know, we've had it before where we had one truck where you're scared of it running away on you, and then you can't shut it down even if you stop power to it. But we had a truck one time that the injection pump, it hadn't ran in a long time, and the injection pump was stuck in the full throttle position, and the governor wouldn't slow it down. And you know, as I was closing the injectors off, you know, it started running on 4 cylinders, but boy, it tried to run away. So yeah, that was a scary situation. So I want to be able to shut it down if the injection pump is stuck open, if it tries to run away, or what.
Let's put this back on there real quick. I'm looking for something good and flat.
I'm gonna put this right here. Put this in the diesel.
Nothing in there.
All right, let's see if this.
Tell me if the headlights come on.
Nope.
Nothing?
Nope.
That big wire down there, I don't know if that's the main feed wire.
This?
Yeah, just touch it real quick to it.
Yeah, something's happening.
Yeah. Here. Is that making the headlights come on?
No.
No?
Oh wait, parking lights came on.
All right, yeah, I got buzzer.
You want to tap it? Wait.
What happened?
I don't know.
Something popped.
Something. Try it.
Key on. Kick it.
Wait, key off.
All right, off.
On.
On.
I think I heard that fuel solenoid. Try and crank it.
Nothing.
Well, we got it hot wired, so we'll see what happens. One of the cylinders sounds like it might be a little low.
Let's get some more power going to it.
Yeah, my leads are already getting warm. Crank it now?
No. Yeah, crank it and let's see if it spins faster.
Ooh, boy. Give it a minute. Try it now.
That's enough.
One of those cylinders is messing up.
Huh?
I think one of those cylinders is messing up. So we've switched the location of the truck to my house. I'm going to be working on it here while Dad is working on the 1960 El Camino. Dad is doing body work to get it prepped to paint. There's going to be a whole video on that. Just to let you guys know that. The problem we're having right now is, I don't know if you can tell or hear or not, but one of two things. It's cranking really slow, which is not good. And two, I can hear a dead spot in the cranking. So the starter's off of it right now. It could be the starter, it could be the battery, it could be a connection, making it turn slow. Not too sure. The gallop that's going on inside that motor is another problem that we're going to have to address later on down the line. So I'm just floor testing the starter right now. I'm going to jump the solenoid just to see what it sounds like, you know. It should pop out and start going when I... Ooh, boy. Scary. It's hard to tell. So I got a starter on the way, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these caps off so that when I do put the starter on and go to crank it again, I want to see if all these valves are opening and shutting. Oop, 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 oop. Just from looking at that one, all that sludge buildup, I'll show you in a minute, but trying to crack these off as easy as I can because I'm going to try and reuse these valve cap gaskets. Got to kind of rock her back and forth. You can hear it just cracking and peeling off. So let me give you guys a better look here at what I'm seeing. So this right here, I mean, this doesn't really look that good. You should just see metal. This is sludge and oil buildup. So whoever owned this wasn't changing the oil at any regular interval. All that buildup, all that caked on oil. See, like, it's not good. I mean, it's not good. This motor wasn't taken care of very well. She's kind of been abused a little bit. So, got a new starter. And I can't really get a good camera angle to show you exactly me putting the bolts on, but it is so far down in there. Got the new starter on. I got a new battery in here. I know this is fully charged. I know it's a good battery. Watch these valves, and I want to see if they're opening, and I want to see if this thing's cranking over faster at all. So It's not cranking over any faster. Alright, all the valves are working. Got a high amp battery charger on it. I'm giving it the beans. I mean, that's better. This cable gets hot real quick. Oh man, you know what? Let's do a compression check. You have to take the injectors out. See, these are really nasty. This is from all that vegetable oil, grease, whatever they were running this on. You have to take the injector nut off the top, and you have to take the return line nut off. It's beneath all this grease. And then there is a retaining nut that holds the injector down, and then you can pop the injector, which is inside the nut, out. So I won't go through every single one of these because I don't want to bore you guys to death, and this isn't necessarily like a how-to video because there's other ones out there. So this got to come off first. These are 10mm like banjo bolts that are very specific. They're not just any bolts, so I want to be careful not to lose it. So all the banjo bolts are out. They're like glued to the injector. Just kind of set those off to the side. The top of the injectors there, and you can see what that fry oil and vegetable oil has done. It's made it really disgusting to where these nuts won't even come off, and you have to be really careful with injectors to not get stuff down in them because you'll plug them up. But this is kind of a worst case scenario. Trying to get a good grip on this nut without getting into the threads or biting on the threads. Oh gosh. All right, number 2. This was a 12 by 1.5 nut, and the internet was right. Thank you for not making me go back up to Ace Hardware twice in a day. Alright, so there's my tool, and here's my other tool. Oh man. Well, there's injector number 1. Take a look at them and do a compression check on this old girl. Keep these in order.
So it's still cranking over real hard?
Yeah, and I hear it gallop in it. I got a compression checker from Harbor Freight. I think that's the only thing I'm going to get done today, testing this compression. So I bought this from Harbor Freight. This is a diesel, I don't know, it says it on here somewhere. It's a diesel compression tester. I think that's the one we need for the Cummins, and then we'll hook all this up and we'll see what happens. Right about 300.
That's pretty good.
Number 2. $350. That one's at 250. Just over 300. Just over 300. Bingo. There's our smoking gun. 0. 0.
Maybe it's got a tight valve.
Hey, tight.
Alright, go ahead and back over.
Come on, buddy. No.
Don't look right.
Gum. What's it smell like?
Smell it.
I can't quite put.
Smell it.
You know what, dude? I know what happened. I get it. Cylinder number 6. Something happened and the piston got burned through, and then that vegetable oil was being injected down into that oil, and that's why it smells like vegetable oil. Because that vegetable oil's in the oil.
It's a good hypothesis.
It's gummy. It's like that vegetable oil.
That's what's in it.
Yeah.
That's why it don't spin.
Mm-hmm.
It's gum.
It's trying to cycle that vegetable oil through the oil system.
Yeah.
We need to get that oil out.
Drained it and put 2 gallons of diesel fuel in it.
Come on. Yeah, see? It's sludgy.
Yeah.
Look at it.
Yeah.
It's not even sticking to my finger. Look at that. It's moving around my finger.
Motor oil's trash. Ready?
Yeah. Five, 10. While I have all these injectors out, I'm just going to clean them on my old Craftsman wire wheel before we put them back in. I'm about to put these back in, and there's a little ball on here, and I thought that it was like a snap ring ball, but it doesn't move, it's stationary, and it's directly below the return line on every single injector. And something I didn't know at first was these go in a certain way. This is why I try to be careful. You see that impression of a ball in there? Right there, there's an impression of a ball right there. It'll go down in there, but it'll rotate. See how it rotates? And then if you get it in the right spot, see how it goes down in there? Now it won't rotate. Plan is to put this back together, and it'll still run on 5 cylinders. We're not going to run it long on 5 cylinders, but it will still run. We don't even know anything about the injection pump yet, so we're going to try and run it on 5 cylinders, and if the injection pump works and we know that it's doing what it's supposed to do, then we can tear into the motor in another video and, you know, see what's going on with number 6 cylinder. But for now, I'm going to put it back together and we're going to try and run it. Did change the oil, did change the filter, did take the diesel oil out, put some different oil in it, cranked it over, and it still is cranking faster. That's good. So the injectors are back in. Let's turn on the pump. Electric pump is going. Give it a shot. Now what? Starter can't be bad already. Oh, my button just broke. Oh my gosh. My button is smoking. Oh, ow, 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 ow. Gosh, dang. So the battery was dead. Let's give this a go again. Watch these injectors for fuel coming out. seeing a few. There we go. All right, let's start cracking these shut. Getting fuel. I already heard it getting light, so we're gonna get liftoff. I'm almost 100% positive on that. And I'm gonna leave these valve cover caps off because I wanna make sure, I wanna see oil coming to the top. I still haven't seen that yet. I'll leave that one open. I'm gonna crank it while he's got the wood, or one of us will have the wood, because if this injection pump is stuck open, I wanna be able to stop this thing. Give it a crank. Let me see.
Getting ready to start. Ready?
Yeah.
I just wonder what is going on with that injection pump. Why no acceleration?
I don't know. We let it sit for a minute, and we're gonna try and run it again. I don't know, maybe that diesel will dissolve whatever's in the injection pump. If all else fails, we can maybe take the top of this injection pump off and see, there's a fuel pin in there, and if it's stuck, you know, and if it won't go up and down, you know, it won't accelerate, but, you know, who knows. I think that wire is just too tiny. Made up a bigger wire. I made up a 10 gauge wire. The jumper wire I was using was too skinny. It wasn't carrying the amps. And I got you back there because we're gonna try and put it in gear, see if it goes in reverse or forward. See if it'll go in gear. Yeah, it's starting to get oil up to the top here. That's why it's spraying everywhere. All right, things are getting a little better all the time. All right, let's just Hail Mary it. Well, it drives. It drives on 5, baby. It drives on 5. There you go. All right. I think it's time to put her away, boys. Well, I went ahead and shut her down. What's the plans for this truck? Here's the thing about it, like I said in the beginning, even if you put it all back together and all that, it would cost you $4,500 to $5,000, and it's a $5,000 truck as it sits, or even less. It doesn't have a title, which is even worse, and the engine needs a rebuild. Technically, cylinder 6 is down, the injection pump won't accelerate. So what I'm thinking that we're going to do is sell the engine for $1,500. So if you're interested in the engine, you can email me. I'll put it up right here. If you want the engine, we're in Tucson, Arizona. I think we're going to yank both out at the same time, engine and trans, because this transmission has the overdrive. This is the A518, which has 4 speeds with the overdrive. And I might put the transmission from this truck in my first gen, because I have a 90, which they were still using the 727, which is a 3-speed. I can only go like 65 miles an hour. It's very annoying when you're trying to go long distances. It really makes a difference. So I might put the transmission from this in my truck, possibly, you know, part out the truck. It's really been rode hard and put up wet, unfortunately. Yes, it will run and drive. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're at 66,000. Trying to hit 100 this year. I'd love that play button. That'd be a real big achievement for the channel. And updates on a few other things. The 1960 El Camino, there's going to be another installment on that. The next video is, we'll be painting it actually. So Dad wants to paint it. He's jonesing towards it. And it's already primed. And the last thing that we got to do is paint it. So there's going to be a video on that. The 1946 International, Patrick, the subscriber who I've been talking about, did come through with a door and some other parts that we need. He's about 4 hours away in Havasu, Lake Havasu, or Havasu City or whatever. So this weekend, we're going to be going up to his place, I think, to pick that stuff up, come back, and there will be another video on that 46 International, which I know you guys have been asking about, and it's a real cool truck. That's kind of what made the channel. If you're new here, or if this is your first video you've seen of me, that 46 International series is sort of what made the channel. We still have it, and we got a title for it, and we got some parts going on for it, so I still want to do a drive in it, like a long drive or whatever. So there you go. A lot going on at the Blades residences, huh? See you in the next one.